Hey team, welcome back. This video is about scouts, or perceiving functions technically. So, are you a hunter or a warrior? Scouts, technically, perceiving cognitive function, part of your mental wiring. It's your preference for abstract or concrete details. Do you trust abstract details and connections the most? Or do you trust concrete details from your senses the most? So the first one is intuition, the second one is sensing. Where is your learning coming from? Sensors. Some of the stereotypes, they are down to earth, maybe boring or bland. They're very focused and very literal. Technically, it's a sensing dominant function, and it means that you prefer concrete details and direct information. So texture, height, smell, sound, any of those things that you can get from your senses. Practical details build into a larger picture. It's like seeing all the trees and then the forest. Seeing all the small details that make a thing real. And then you can expand your vision of it and your understanding of it. They want applicable or immediately relevant details. Intuitives, on the other hand, the stereotypes are they're kind of absent-minded, maybe head in the clouds. They are imaginative or creative, or witty, and they just know or get subtle hints. Remember, these are just stereotypes. It doesn't mean one is better than the other. It might sound like that, but it's not. You need all of these in the world, or we're going to have a very bad time. Technically, it means that you use intuition as your dominant function. And it's abstract and interpretive. It looks for connections from the details that your senses give. And it's looking at the big picture. So, for example, I have in front of me a yellow balloon. Okay, a sensor is going to look at the texture. It's yellow, it's rubbery, it kind of shines a little bit. It's floating about 2 feet off the ground. But an intuitive is going to look at it and maybe connect the color to something else. It looks like the sun on a nice warm day, something like that. Or we use these balloons at our birthday party. It's a connection from it. It's not the actual thing. That's what intuitives do. And next, it's time for the fun stuff. So perceiving functions are now scouts. Intuition-based functions are now hunters. And people that lead with intuition are hunters. Okay. Sensing functions are now warrior-based functions, and the people that use it as a dominant function are now warriors. We're going to go into this more and more as time goes on, but if you hear me say hunter, it's intuition, warrior, sensing. So, warriors, they use physical damage. Casters use magic damage. Warriors use physical damage. So, this means that they're trying to understand the situation through the details. They're trying to gather information and learn from that information. Not make a decision, not make a plan, just take it in, learn. And they do this through melee damage. Melee damage would be getting up close and personal and like hitting it, touching it, physically understanding it, or through, sight, sound, and stuff like that too. But the actual object or a thing or person for what it really is. The stat that they focus on is strength. just a physical stat based on how you can manipulate the world, but they're not actually physically changing things as much as they're trying to understand how it works, okay, based on their senses. Hunters, again, physical. Casters, magic. Hunters, warriors, scouts, physical. So, gathering information, taking it in, understanding things, but not making an actual decision. They're ranged instead of melee. So, instead of the concrete details themselves, they're taking a step back. Okay, and looking around it and the connections that come from it. If somebody's running by, they need to predict where they're going so that they can shoot them. They're not right up close and able to hit them instantly, And they use dexterity to kind of jump and tumble and go around the actual concrete details and just understand the connections and patterns within. So your quest, please think about your personal style. Are you a hunter or a warrior? How about your friends, family, and peers? And choose at least 10 people and make a guess. Remember that you might not lead as a hunter or a warrior, okay, but you will have those aspects within you, and the more you trust them, the higher up on your cognitive function stack, which we'll get into, that class would be. So I personally am an elf healer, but I use dwarf hunter aspects a lot. So in the US, it's about 73.3% sensors to 26.7% intuitors, according to the Myers-Briggs.org website. The right-handed population, according to Wikipedia, is about 87 to 92%. So that kind of helps you get an idea of how many intuition users there really are. I mean, if you think about how many left-handed people you know, it's probably not many. So kind of double that, and that's how many intuitors there are in the world. This video, we learned about scouts, technically called perceiving cognitive functions. And I would like to thank you very much, as always, for watching. Good luck, have fun.